Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you like my content, do not forget to subscribe. Kanti-ke futhi, it helps a lot for you to like the video. So today, you guys, I want to do the full review of last night's episode, The Bala Family. Okay. So I did do a video last week where I was talking about Jen and Pinky's relationship, and my view on that was that Pinky does not really like Jen, and I feel like she liked Mel, who was Zwai's ex-wife, who is Zwai's ex-wife, and I feel like maybe when Mel was around, there wasn't really a need for her to work on a relationship with Jen because it was like, I just like this other, sister-in-law, and I don't really care about this one. So now Mel is gone. Mel is no longer, her sister-in-law. And also they're doing this reality show. So they are on each other's faces a lot. And there is pressure to work on their relationship or at least just talk about their issues. But I felt like the comparison with Mel from Pinky's side was not fair on Jen. That they needed to build their relationship just independent of other people. Okay. And finally, Ujen invites Pinky to lunch. I was hopeful about this meeting, you guys. I was really, really hopeful. I felt like I thought they were going to walk out of that meeting having ironed out some things when it comes to their relationship. It did not work out that way. I really don't think that it worked out that way. I think that Pinky, in her head, wants to move forward with Jen, but in her heart, she has things that she's holding on to, and also she has this thing where it feels like she wants to prove that Jen is not a good person. She wants to prove that the reason that they don't have access to Loyiso is because of Jen, and she wants to prove that a lot of the things that they're not getting in terms of assistance from Loyiso is because of Jen. And I think it's that thing, your sisters-in-law, where they want to have full 100% access to their brothers, and also assistance financially that they had before he had a family, before he had kids, and have that same access when now the person is married with their own family. Okay. So they go to lunch, and Pinky does say that it was strange because she was surprised because they do not have a relationship. And Jen agrees with that. They don't have a relationship. Jen says that she feels like she was never invited to one. So she did not feel like Pinky was open to having a relationship with her. Okay. So I feel like when the meeting began, like they're at the same place where Jen felt like they don't have a good relationship, and they were both never open to having a relationship. But now I thought that, okay, it means that now they are open to actually having a relationship with each other. Okay. And so you guys, this is the thing. I think Pinky's biggest complaint is that they don't see Loiso's family as much. Okay, they don't see them as much, and she feels like Jen has a stronger personality than Ulois. And I've heard people online also saying that would see they feel like uh, Jen is overpowering to Lois, and that might be their relationship. But what I didn't understand is what does that have to do with your relationship with Jen? Because regardless of how Jen treats your brother, or how your brother treats Jen, if their relationship works for both of them, because obviously it works because they are still together, so it doesn't matter how who's more powerful than the other, the relationship works. Okay. How come you are not able to just build a relationship with Jen independent of how you view their relationship? Okay. So listen, she does do that comparison with Mel, but she does it in mentioning what she feels like Ujen was upset because she had a good relationship with Mel. Ujen had told somebody in the family that she she had a problem with the fact that Pinky was more closer to Mel. Jen denies that, you guys. Jen denies that she ever said anything about that. She says that she doesn't even care if Pinky was close to Umel or not. I feel like it is a possibility that for her it was uncomfortable that Pinky makes an effort with Mel but doesn't make an effort with her. But I cannot say for sure that Ujen said that, because sometimes my families are because Pink does say herself that that is not something she heard from Jen. She heard from another family member. So another family member came to her and said, Hasis Pinky, Pela Ujen, akathandi njengoba wena uzwana nomel. And khona abantu abaxabanisayo in families well. So you find that Jen never said anything, but people expected her to have an issue with Pinky being close to Mel. So they wanted to create that conflict between the two of them. Okay. And so Opinki talks about how they are now not able to ask for help from Loyiso anymore. And Ujen says, but you haven't asked for help recently, but long time ago you used to ask for help. In fact, you have even asked me for financial help. Okay. And Upinki doesn't deny that she has received financial help from Loyiso or from Uchen. So now it puts me in a place where I'm like, so then I don't understand. Guys, if you are, it's not easy to ask for money from somebody. And a lot of the times you will ask for money from somebody that you are comfortable with. If Jen was such a horrible person to Pinky, how come when she needed money, she was able to call Ujen and say, listen here, I need money, whether it's for school fees for Inganek and all of that. How come she was able to do that? And if Ujen was such a horrible person, how come she was able to help her? And I feel like maybe the issue is maybe let's say that she was asking for 20,000 and maybe Ujen was like, listen, so I'll only give you 5,000. Kanti before Loyiso was married, maybe she would have got the whole 20,000. So maybe the upset is not that they are not getting the help, but it's that now it's limited because obviously Loyiso now has a family. So maybe after that exchange, maybe Upinki felt like, I am not going to ask them because we no longer are able to get the help. And also Pinky, Mama, you are a grown-up woman, who is supposed to take care of her own family. Why is it so important that you want to be able to ask for help? You want to be able to, I don't understand that, you guys. I don't understand. Maybe, I live a different life. Like as an adult, yeah, let's say maybe we are shorter here and there, 500 rand or something. But yeah, it sounds like Ngati, she is their dependent. She is her brother's dependent. She is dependent on her brothers when it comes to finances. When she's short, they must cover the short. I don't get that. Umama Omuzlo, she was married, she had her own family. And why is it so important to her that she is able to get financial help from Loyiso and her family? And it's not in exchange, you guys. She is not saying to Jen, listen, Jen, we haven't had a good relationship because I haven't been able to ask you for help, but you haven't been able to ask me for help. She's not saying that. It's all about her asking for help from Lois. How come she can't help Loyiso bona mabexakekile? I don't get that when it comes to Pink. I love Pink, you guys. She's a beautiful sister. I love how she loves her brothers. But this issue here with her sister in law is making me look at her sideways because I'm like, take care of your own stuff. You are a grown up woman with a grown up daughter. Why are you so worried about your ability to ask Loyiso for financial help when Loyiso has three young children, that he is raising right now? He's married, he has his own responsibility. Why is it the issue that you are not able to ask for financial help? Then they get into the stuff that I normally feel like it's just it's the things that Upinki uses as excuse on why she's not getting along with Uche. And she says, we don't come to family events. It's the same thing that they've said since the first episode. I think you don't come to family events, and we would let Loyiso know about the events, but and then Lucian is like, I usually find out about them late, and if you give me short notice, you know how I am with my kids' schedule, and then she says, but we communicate in time with Loyiso. That's another thing. why don't they just communicate directly with each other? Because I think that previously they had said that they Uloyiso should not be the middle person between them. They must just communicate directly with Jen so that she gets the messages early. Okay. And when Jen is talking about Pinky and her relationship with Mel, she does say, she has moments where she feels like the reason that they don't get along here now with or Pinky is maybe because she is not South African. So they will only contact her when they need something. And then she gets into talking about how everybody expects them to help them, but nobody is helping her or helping her and Lois. So she talks about how when she lost her dad, nobody called her, and she had to pay a lot of money for that. In fact, she even had to travel. There was a time where they were really, really struggling with, paying for traveling expenses and all of that. And she was going through a hard time. Okay. And nobody called, nobody said anything. And then in response to Pink, it was, we are not friends. And there wasn't a direct session when Jen is being emotional and saying, listen, you guys, you are talking about us helping you, but when have you helped me? Let me give you an example. You did not help me when I lost my father, and we needed financial help too around that time, besides emotional help. Nobody called me, nobody did anything. The response gapping in the direct session is like, well, we're not friends, but we are not friends, but you are able to ask me for financial help from a non-friend. I don't get that, you guys. And she said that Uchen was just trying to change the topic. Bona, they are well off, so they should be able to help them. So basically, Eastern Siga Pink is that because Bona, they're doing better financially, they should be the ones to help them. So Uchen is like, we are not really that well off too. At that point, we were really struggling financially. In fact, to take to say, listen, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that you lost your father. I'm sorry that you're feeling like the family was not there for you. I felt like maybe since we were not that close, that you were not open to maybe receiving a phone call, guys. Instead of her just saying, uzama change the topic, we were not friends at the time. I felt like it was cruel. That's when I really felt like this woman just doesn't like Usquiza work. And I don't think that there's gonna be a point where things are fixed between them. Okay. Then they get into the whole thing of messages from Uloyiso to Uchen, because Bonabati they do communicate with Uloyiso. And she says, listen, no, Uloyiso is very busy, gets a lot of messages. Sometimes those WhatsApp messages had not opened. I think honestly at that point, Jen was just trying to defend her husband. Okay. To say, listen, sometimes he reads the message, sometimes he doesn't. He's very busy. So to send him a message does not mean that that message is going to get to me. UPinky insist ukuthi Loyiso has changed ever since she married Ujen. Abantu, they change, guys, when they get married because they grow, they're in a different environment. Now they have a partner, now they have kids. How do you expect that your family member is just going to be the same? I think Upinki just wants access to Loyiso's wallet. Like, that is my determination from this whole thing. That's what I determined. She just want to have full access to Loiso's wallet with no conditions. She doesn't even want to be close to the wife. Okay. And then she complains about the kids. She says the kids don't come to her for sleepover. I've expressed to guys that I feel like if I had a supportive in-laws, like a mother that is willing to help me with the kids and all of that, I would definitely take the help. But that help also, guys, depends on the trust factor, because I'm not gonna allow my kids to go to somebody's house that doesn't like me. If you don't like me, I'm not gonna allow my kids to go sleep over at your house. So I feel like because their relationship is not that good, it's unlikely that Ujen is going to ngathi vele uJane engafuni ney'ngane zakhe, akafuni ngisho iy'ngane zakhe to spend time with the grandmother alone. So imagine now with Pinky when they don't get along. Okay. As much as I felt like, for me, if I had 3 kids and I was, overwhelmed or whatever, and there were in-laws offering, I will take the help. But I also feel like if you don't get along with the people, it's very hard for you to accept the help. Okay. And she was saying, when it comes to Jen, her kids always have allergies, and then she makes a comment, ati sizoqopoza kanjani umshado kaLoyiso. I'm like, why do you want to propose someone's marriage? Propose, guys, is like to find an opening in somebody's marriage. How are we going? Why do they want to do that, you guys? It's almost like they want that marriage to end too, so that they have full access to lawyers. I don't get it. You know, your brother is married. Looks like he is happily married from what we can see. You know, regardless of the fact that people are feeling like Uchen might be overpowering to him. Why do you want to find an opening so that you can, do something in their marriage? I don't know, guys. That was weird. Okay. And anyway, you guys, the meeting doesn't end well because obviously they were just going around in circles. And I don't think that they were willing to just be like, listen, we've had issues with each other, but let's just forget about it and see how we can find ways to move forward. Okay. Mina, this is what I would say, honestly. If I was Uchen, listen, can we take the finance part out of it for a while? We don't deal with each other financially unless it's a family thing where everybody's contributing. Yeah. But take care of your own things. We will take care of our own things. And then let's just try and build relationships without the financial part of it and see if it works. Because I feel like a lot of Pinky's issue is the access to Loyiso's money, and she feels like Jen is an hindrance to that, to her having access to the money Loyiso. So, Mina, I would suggest it's okay, fine. Let's try and build a. Let's forget about what happened in the past, what was said in the past. Let's try and build a relationship, but let's remove the finance parts. Take care of your family. I'll take care of mine, but let's build a relationship. We will hang out, and slowly by slowly, we will see if we can, integrate the kids to our friendship and all of that, and let's build a relationship as a family without the finance part. Okay, just so you can see if someone genuinely wants a relationship with you, it's not that they want access to your money. Okay. So the other thing that happened was they had Ntando. Yes, this Ntando enkulu umsebenzi. I don't know. I thought that it had happened already, but then it's happening again. So Uzwai was having that umsebenzi ekhaya. And yeah, it was great to see that. I think it's the ikhaya lomkhulu, if I'm not mistaken, where this thing was happening. And yeah, you guys. And then the other one was them having a sit down. Uzwai no Pinky, they had a sit down with Upelo, and because they feel like they want to talk about the Bala Voices issue. Remember, he showed up late at the audition, and they were not happy about that. And Upelo, there's a thing that he always says. He says that when it comes to this family, he's the last one to arrive in the family. But he says that he arrived when there was already problems in the family. But people never want to address the problems that were already there before he got into the family, because he is the last born. So nobody wants to address that. But they want to address his issues. So his issues are the only issues that will be getting addressed, but there's other issues. He says one of the issues is Uzwai being very disrespectful to their mother. He feels like that. He feels like Uzwai is very disrespectful to their mother, but things like that are never addressed. Once he walks in the room, everybody thinks about his issues. And I do feel like he has issues, you guys. He does have a drinking issue. I feel like he's drinking a lot. And I feel like also he is being irresponsible because he's not showing up for work when he's supposed to show up for work. So those are things really that the family should talk about. But I also get his point when he says, but let's not act like I'm the only problem in the family. Okay. And also, I ended up saying that he feels like, for now, they must not give him any responsibilities, Upelo, until he works on some things. Okay. And then now, another thing that took place was Ujen, after the meeting with Pinky, does call because I think she was a little bit emotional. They did not show us Pinky after the meeting because I wanted to see how she was like. Was she disappointed as well that the meeting didn't go as well? So we don't see Pinky, but we saw Jen calling Loyiso, okay, and she's trying to explain what's happening in what happened in the meeting. And she does mention the financial. I really feel like this whole thing is about finances now. I feel like that, honestly, you know and I think Ulois was trying to calm Uchen down, but I like the fact that Ulois is always on his wife's side, because I feel like sometimes families can destroy your relationship unganakile wena, thinking that they have your best interest at heart, when all they want is access to you. And you have to be aware of that, because when you are married now, it's you and your wife, and you have to have each other's backs, and you have to support each other. And that is the person that comes first, your wife and your kids, and then it's everybody else. So I love how they do that. One viewer in my comment section said that they think that's the reason that their marriage is still standing, is because of uh how they are Loyiso with his wife, okay. And he has chosen to take her side and have her back in this whole situation. And yeah, you guys, so she does call. I think she wanted to just calm down and all of that. I do wish, I think that I was disappointed by the meeting, because I was hoping that they are going to be able to work on some things and be like, listen, let's move forward. But it wasn't like that. Maybe the next one they'll be able to do that. Anyway, there was an episode for today, you guys. This show is still very much enjoyable. I like it. And tell me what you feel about it in the comment section, and what you're thinking about what's happening now, and if you think that we should get the next season. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video before Pumegana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntando. Kako.